We are live. All right. So welcome, Chris. I see you got the bar loaded. So that's not your warm-up weight, is it?
I did a warm-up set.
Okay.
I did 2 warm-up sets.
Is it okay if we take all the plates off the bar and get your son there and do a little drill?
Let's see.
Awesome. I love Chris's safety setup, which has definitely allowed him to go for lifts that he wouldn't normally have gone for. So what I want to do is accomplish getting you to learn how to get really tight and connected from your feet all the way up through the bar. So the first thing is if somebody's there with you and they can get behind, hey, and what I want you to do, Chris, is get into your setup and then we'll do a little drill.
All right, let me see if I can you want someone to hold the bar. I still need someone to hold the camera. Let me see if I can pull this off. Let's see if we can make this happen. Can Sydney help? All right, give me 1 second. I'll get another person camera.
Oh, nice. So just to explain to everybody what I want to do, I'm going to have Chris take the bar out of the rack. So I want to watch how he sets up, and we want to fix that. And then when the bar comes out of the rack, what we want to do is have somebody jiggle the bar a little bit, not move it lots of inches, just 1 inch in either direction. Jiggle it forward and back, left and right, go to the outside of the bar, go to the inside of the bar, and just jiggle it, and we're going to watch if Chris can get tight. Yes, that's a good angle. So I want to see, if possible, I'd love to see your feet. Yeah, so if you can back away a little bit, that's great. Thank you very much. All right, so go ahead and so that's your setup right now, okay? And go ahead and take the bar off just as you would normally. Okay, now, sorry, what's your son's name?
Tom.
Tom, hi, Tom. If you can grab the middle of the bar and just move it back and forth just a little bit. Yeah, kind of like you're mixing in a mixing bowl. Yeah, exactly. Chris, stabilize it. Don't let him move it. So you're making really short movements, and Chris, got to stabilize it. Come on, harder. Stabilize it harder. Now go out to the right side of the bar and move the right side of the bar a little bit. Chris, stabilize it. Stabilize it. Like you're bending the bar. Lock it in. And now the other side of the bar. Yeah. Like really move it kind of quickly, but just like half an inch in each direction. Come on, Chris. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. There you go. Okay, good. All right, thank you, Tom. All right, you can put the bar back. So, Chris, did you feel what your shoulders and your lats and your back were doing?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so when you take the bar out with the weight on it, I want you to have that exact same feeling in your neck, head, shoulders, rib cage, that you're locking it in. So if somebody came by the bar, they would not be able to move it.
Okay.
Okay. So wait a second. That's number 1. So now number 2, what we need to do is get so your rib cage reaches up to the bar. Because right now, and I know it would be difficult in the room you have to get a side view, right now you're not lifting your rib cage up toward the bar. So wait a second, before you get in the position, wait 1 second. What I want you to do, I'm going to turn my back to the camera a second, and I want you to walk your shoulder blades down into your butt. And what I want that to cause is I want that to decrease the distance from the top of your rib cage, basically the base of the sternum here, to the bar. So if we were to take a tape measure and measure the distance from the top of your sternum to the bar, it would actually decrease because you're pushing up toward the bar. So try that. So before you take the bar out of the rack, I want you to really walk your shoulder. That's it. Walk your shoulder blades down toward your butt. Walk them down, and now lift up. As soon as you take the bar out of the rack, I want you to push your rib cage up toward the bar as much as you can. So lift the bar out of the rack. Yep. Now lift up. Lift your rib cage up. There you go. Now pull the bar down to meet your chest. Pull it down. Like there's pull it, reach. Yeah, and do 1 or 2 reps or 3 or 4 reps. Come on, pull your chest up. That's it. I like your elbow position. Good. Now put the bar back. Now, could you feel a little difference from what you were doing before?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, now the last thing is I want to get the feet and the lower body connected to the rest of the movement. So you're doing a good job of getting yourself situated on the bench. If that is a comfortable position for your feet on the floor, I want you to, at the same time as you take the bar out of the rack and lift your rib cage up, at the same time, you're going to do a leg press into the floor and see how that feels. So take your time with the setup. Take your time, grab the bar, walk your shoulder blades down, really get your feet in a comfortable position. When you lift the bar out, keep real tight in the shoulders, lift the bar out of the rack, lift the rib cage up, and now push with your legs. Push with your legs. Before you start the movement of lowering the bar, I want you to have the rib cage movement up and the push in the legs coordinating before you start the lowering movement of the bar. That's a lot of words to describe one thing. Push into the ground, leg press and lower. Yeah. Oh. Nice. Okay, you're looking very stable. So I kind of like that. I think I'm going to keep that for myself. Leg press and lower. I like that. So you're locking the bar with your hands. So if somebody were to try to movement, they couldn't. You're lifting the rib cage up to meet the bar, walking the shoulder blades back, and you're leg pressing into the ground all at the same time. So now why don't you put the weights back to where you were before, and let's warm back up. Let's just do your training session. So while you guys are loading the bar, that's another thing. Chris has been doing a real nice Russian-based training system. So even though we're working together today, one of the biggest things, and a lot of those in the know on Twitter have made the comment before, don't keep changing program to program. So the last thing I want to do now is change things in an effort to get that 320 bench. We're not going to go for the 320 bench today, folks. We're going to do Chris's program, stick with his program, hone his technique, because it's kind of perfect. You have 4 weeks till your max. That's going to be perfect. 3 weeks. Okay, so this is workout 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so lock it in, rib cage up, leg press into the floor. Reach to the bar, leg press, boom, yeah, leg press, leg press, leg press. Nice. What weight was that?
That was 200.
Okay, and what's next?
215. This workout calls for 9 sets. It starts at 200. It ends at 290.
Okay, awesome. And do you have a particular rest period that you're using between sets?
I usually use about 3 minutes, but I can go a little shorter on the early ones.
No. We stick with the program. let's stick. I'll even get a timer out. Let's stick with at least 3 minutes rest. As you go heavy, you definitely need rest. So I'm going to actually put my timer on so we don't rush. That is one thing for everybody out there. If you are training for strength, it is not a HIIT program. No way. You have to rest between sets so you get full recovery. Really, really, really important. I'd rather do 4, even 5 minutes toward the end of this than 3 minutes. So I'm gonna keep you honest. Are you timing it, or do you want to leave that to me?
You can do it.
All right. Well, I started just about 30 seconds ago, so let's take at least 2 minutes from this point. And how did that feel relative to what you've done before, since that was some weight?
It felt great. I got to tell you, I'm like sky high right now anyway. So I'm guessing these early sets are going to feel great no matter what. But
okay, good.
The form really felt good.
Good. The more locked in you are, the better. And if for people that don't know, you're 6'4".
Say 6'3".
Okay, 6'3". And what's your shirt? What's your shirt sleeve length?
I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. I got pretty long arms.
You got pretty long arms. So bench pressing for a tall fella is a really tough job. So, the taller you are, the more locked in you have to be. So this is gonna bring big dividends, and it's also a huge shoulder health protector. So if we can lock in and drive the rib cage when we're looking from the side, that means the elbow won't dip below the rib cage as much, which won't grind the top of the bone. So we have something called the humerus, right? The long bone of the arm. And then we have the head of the humerus, which is the ball. And we have the socket, which we call the glenoid. So we don't want that grinding. And if you don't drive your rib cage up to meet the bar, you're just going to grind the heck out of your shoulder. So this is both injury prevention and performance all in one. All right, you're ready. So take your time on the setup. Get everything prepared. Drive the feet, bend the bar, walk your shoulder blades down, rib cage. Big breath.
Hey, Tom, you want to do the camera?
Good, easy peasy. Great.
Okay, this next set 3 of 9, is the same weight.
Same weight, okay.
And after that, we're going to go up in 15-pound increments each set until we get to 290.
The 290, awesome. Wow, that would be great. So right now, there's another great drill that you can do in between. In between sets, you can sit, you can stand, and what I call, and a lot of people will call, you just shake out. So you can see how my triceps are just jiggling, right? So you shake it out, shake your wrists out. Shaking it out feels really good. If a fighter, for sure, shaking things out really feels good. Keep that blood flowing, but not exerting energy and wasting energy in between sets. Do you typically do you lift with any kind of music? Are you a music guy or a silence guy?
I'm big into music. I listen to music all the time.
All right. You want to blare your music, go ahead, because I know that heavy deadlifts, I need my AC/DC for sure. That's why sometimes I don't even record it, because I'm recording on my phone, right? And I need the music. So, it shuts it down. So I got to have my AC/DC.
Well, when I get towards the heavier weights, I'll have my son put a little "Don't Fear the Reaper" on, or something like that.
There you go. You gotta get it all. You gotta get the mental part ready too. As the weeks go by and you get closer to the max, just, I like to sit down and visualize literally putting the plates that I have, right? So the plates that I have on the bar, so I can see the weight on my bar and do it. That visualization really makes a difference too. When you're going for a max, it's not health, it's not fitness, it's because you want that weight. But the rewards of that are so huge, it's worth it.
Maybe as we get closer to the date, you could give me you can provide some tips for the people watching as well as me on how to address some of the head game issues, because I know a lot of it is in the head.
Oh, total head game issues. Yeah. Just gotta want it bad. And the naysayers, well, you're New York. I was born in Brooklyn and grew up in New Jersey. And, I'm here in Texas, but I got a finger on each hand for the naysayers. All right. Let's rock and roll. So get your body set. I want you to get a real big breath on the liftoff. Drive with the feet. Drive with your feet. Nice.
I'll do the weights.
Good. Going up. So what are we going to now?
230.
230. Sweet.
I'm feeling very strong today.
Excellent. That's what we want. That's what we want. That is super duper. Got the weight on. Now we just take that full rest. I know for me, if I didn't have that little stopwatch in the garage, I would definitely rush on those heavy days. And that has made a huge difference in making sure that I don't rush and I hit my lifts. So this is great. Got about 2 minutes left. And yeah, you can do shakeouts. To me, are the best thing. Frankly, I have one of those massage devices. If it's deadlifts and squats, I'll be using it on my glutes and lower back. Chest days on my shoulders in between sets. As an old fart, I'm taking every tool I can and using it to keep me in the game.
Hey, remind me, Dr. Horwitz, what was the amount that you deadlifted back in August on your birthday in that competition?
In that competition, that was just okay. That was 463, I think. I had tweaked my hamstring, and I also had a flat tire getting to the meet. So I was in panic mode because I wasn't sure what they call them flights. So the group of lifters that lift together at one time is called one flight. And if I had been put in flight one and I didn't know what flight I was going to be put in, I would have been disqualified from the meet. So I was kind of freaking out. So my goal was to beat the United States Powerlifting Association drug-free record for my age group. I accomplished that, but my deadlift's got to go way up.
Well, impressive performance. I want to just mention how much time we have left before this next set.
About 35 seconds.
Well, I just want to mention that I think it was about maybe 6 or 8 weeks ago when I said that I was contemplating kind of putting this all on the shelf, and it was your inspirational words that got me to make another run at this. So I appreciate that.
Awesome. Let's do it. All right. So all right. I'll be a broken record. Just take your time on the setup. Make sure everything is right. Feet position, hand position, shoulder blades, lift that rib cage, and leg press the floor. Press. Drag. There you go. Drive it with your feet. Drive it with your feet. Yeah. Easy peasy.
Okay, I'm going to put it up to 245.
Nice. Is it still 3s or down to 2s?
It'll be 3s up until 275 is going to call for 2.
Okay.
And then 290 will be 1. I mean, yeah. 290 will be 1.
Awesome. Yeah, this is great. I love that shirt because you can see your lats through the shirt. And for people, building that back up so you get a big base, all bench pressers, all the big bench pressers have gargantuan backs to support that weight. So you look great, man. You look great.
Oh, thanks.
Really, really impressive. So go ahead.
What kind of, just in general, what kind of work would you recommend for someone to do for the chest to supplement bench press?
We have to look at the person. So usually what's not done nearly as much is just enough triceps work, just killing those triceps. Certainly make a video on that. There's lots of great exercises that people probably are not familiar with for triceps that we can add. I know that's something for me that I've got to add. Going from this to some dumbbell work can be very effective for people. You have to see what transfers kind of for you. I have never found a ton of dumbbell work to be overly transferable. My focus now, as my shoulders allow me to move forward, is definitely triceps. For you, even though you've been lifting, lifelong, I would say, on the max, for max purposes, you're a relative newcomer. So I think you have huge upside. So really anything you do is going to bring you success. Any supplementary work, but we could certainly figure out what the best is. I'm not sure how much back work you do because I haven't seen your routines, but that's something that is neglected as well. And usually needs to be a lot more.
Okay. What does the timer say?
All right. We're basically ready when you are.
Okay.
Take the time. More and more focus on that breath as the weight gets heavier, and meet the bar as you lower it.
Oh, the bar's coming down.
Sydney, can you go
How do you like that?
around back and just pull it up?
Now that is what we call amazing focus. Good job. Holy cow. For most people, that would have distracted them. That was a hell of a set.
I'll just put one weight on there. Thanks, Sydney. Sorry.
No, on the white bar.
Yeah, I saw it coming. I realized, shoot, I forgot when I took all the weights off, I didn't leave one on there.
There you go. Okay. Preparation. Well, the fact that you could talk your way through that's pretty impressive. But now I want you to close your eyes and get really focused. How many more sets do you have?
Okay, we are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the 5th set. We're on the 6th set of 9. This one's going to be at 260.
All right. Now we gotta get the mental game on. No distractions. So you can check it out, or if you want to prepare your music, that's cool.
Let me get some. Don't Fear the Reaper.
Oh, I know.
I grew to like that song when I was going through my cancer treatments, and that one always pumps me up.
Awesome. That's what you need. Whatever clicks in your own brain, that it's just so powerful.
What songs get you fired up, Steve?
For me, I'm definitely AC/DC Thunderstruck is definitely the song for deadlifts.
Okay.
That's it. But believe it or not, I like kind of old school rhythm and blues, and kind of gets ugly because I'll kind of dance around in between sets. But I need something with that kind of thumping beat. I'm a rhythm guy. I used to play the trumpet and baritone horn and all, and that'll get me going too. But of course, when I go to Mike Womack's gym on Sundays and I have Big Don, who's my age, 60 years old, but he was a offensive lineman in college, and he's 6'5", 330, and he still benches 800 and all that gear. That gets me motivated when he's spotting me. So,
oh man,
I don't need music when he's spotting me. When Don does the lift off, I pay attention.
How we set for time?
I want you to take in this another couple of seconds. Just take a second, prepare your mind, and then whenever you're ready.
Okay, Tom. Put on some Don't Fear the Reaper.
All right. Get those feet set and walk your shoulder blades down. There you go. Dive with the feet. Awesome. So the other thing for people that you're doing that's pretty amazing is you're doing this without a liftoff. So getting a liftoff is extremely helpful, but then again, it must be practice because you and the guy or girl doing the liftoff definitely need to be coordinated.
Right.
So having a liftoff is very helpful because it's very hard to maintain the tightness in the upper torso when you do the liftoff yourself, especially with long arms. So that's pretty awesome.
We're going up to 275.
So is there 2 sets of this?
What's that?
Are there 2 sets of 275?
Actually, it's one set of 275, 2 reps, and then 2 sets of 1 rep each at 95 at 290.
Oh, 2 sets of singles. Great.
And I gotta, once this pandemic is over, I've got to go buy a few more 45s. Right now, they cost more than Bitcoin.
Yeah, you got that right. They are ridiculous. Awesome.
Okay, it's loaded up with 275.
Okay, and it's even. All right, that's good. That's another thing. I've seen that mistake made too many times, that uneven amount of weights, especially when you're using the smaller plates, uneven on the bar. Sometimes one collar on, one collar off. All that stuff gets poo-pooed till the day that you need it, and it's important to get it right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know I've sent some ugly videos out of people with and the misloading of the bar is definitely a thing.
One time I had my 2 sons set up the bar for me to do. I was going to try to see if I could get a PR at 225, and I was so thrilled when I got to around the 8th rep. I was like, I am definitely hitting it. And my previous record was 11. And when I pushed through and got the 13th rep, I was like, oh man. And they had underloaded the bar by about 20 pounds. And so it was a kind of a letdown.
Oh boy. Yep. Yep. All right.
This one, by the way, is the one that I worry about, but I feel good today. Getting 2 reps at 275. I haven't gotten that all that many times. So,
all right. Well, then let's take an extra second on the setup. And so here's a little thing. If you can make sure you get a really good breath.
Okay.
Take your time on the setup and get a really good breath.
Got the camera good, Tom?
And if you want to put on the music. All right. Drive those shoulder blades. Come on, Chris. Nice. Drive the feet. Drive the feet. Easy. Easy. Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that felt good.
Look great. As you get that better leg drive and that coordination over the next several training sessions, wow, it's going to be great.
Okay, we're loading up 290.
Awesome. So what we'll do, I think, is take an extra minute. Take an extra minute of rest. And that's really important. Just shake it out and we'll nail it. So what I see is finding that comfortable place for your feet. And you're going to end up playing with that a little bit still. And then once it's there, boom, it is a leg press. Because I know, again, I can hear Big Don in my head, drive with the feet. And when I'm done with the set and he looks down at me with a little bit of a frown, he's like, you didn't drive your legs before you took the bar off. It scares the shit out of me because he's 6'5", 330.
Hey, quick question. This routine I've been doing for the last month doesn't really have me working to quote failure. Can you give a little insight about why that might be benefiting me compared with what I was doing previously, and when you want to do different things?
First, I guess to define failure, failure should mean technique failure. Yep. When things when things start to deteriorate, not that final last rep, like you would in a competition, like in a CrossFit thing where it's you have a certain amount of time and you just have to get as many reps as you can, right. AMRAP, as many reps as possible. But you definitely, with strength training, you want to leave a little bit in the tank so you can be fresh for that big effort. Because now you have 1 rep, 2 sets. You got to be fresh for that. You can't be just crushing your nervous system. It is very difficult to recover from training like this that's intensity based. Very, very different than training for bodybuilding where you're doing 10 reps, 20 reps, even 30 reps. The workouts themselves are very, very challenging, but the ability to recover from that is much easier than the ability to recover from this. Plus, there's just a huge chance of injury, because I know some of the tweets back and forth were injury. Oh my gosh, injury. Well, if we're training the way we're training, we get the setups right, we have our good focus, and you're not smashing yourself every workout, very, very, you have much greater likelihood of, having an accident in your car going to the grocery store. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you just tell me where we are on the time. I've got my spotter lined up for this heavyweight,
Okay, that's good.
and he's not going to be needed, but we're going to have him there just for safety.
Very good.
How
All
are we?
right. So whenever you're ready, we got about 4 minutes rest now.
All right.
So take your time on the setup and really kind of drill those feet like you're drilling the ground. Really smush those feet into the ground. Get that leg press going. Come on, Chris. Big breath. Get the shoulder blades, crawl them down, and meet the bar. Wow. Awesome. How'd that feel?
There's more there, man. Definitely, there's more there.
All right. So we're going to take a touch more than 4 minutes. And yeah, so when you watch the video, you're going to see your feet were, believe it or not, still moving.
Okay.
So just learn it. It's just practice thing. It's just learning that extra second or 2 or 3 just to get everything set up so you can maximally create that tightness from your feet all the way through your shoulders. But your drive was really good, and you were able to get the bar off, and I really like the way you kept your shoulders and rib cage tight. You took the bar off and then did that little extra lift up, and that's a real key. So as the bar comes off, lift that last little bit. If you can get another half an inch, that's huge. And that sets your shoulder blades and your rib cage in the right position again, so you're not grinding. So there's a shorter distance and your shoulder position is going to be better. That's a win every time. That makes this actually beneficial to your body, not unsafe.
I really appreciate all these tips. I got to just let people that are watching know that the session that you did with me a couple of months back really has paved the way for me getting to this point. And now I'm really looking forward to using these new refinements in the next 3 weeks to try to get set for that 320-pound attempt.
You will definitely nail that. You will definitely nail that. So we got plenty of time here. We got another 2.5 minutes. Just shake it out and take your time.
Last one. Yeah, this will be the last set coming up. And I one thing about this program is it's been really hard for me to listen and not do more than it asks, because that's what I've always done. And I think it's good to work hard, because most people don't work hard enough. But then once you training, you've got to know when to rest and when to do what you're supposed to do, not do too much.
Yeah, that's why a good program is so key. So you can have a good program, and like you said, not pay attention to it. And that's why I wanted this to be adding technique pointers to your existing program. There would, any decent coach is not going to walk in and completely change the program right in the middle, unless it's a total disaster. But this is a good program. So sticking with that program, refining the technique, and like you say, just not doing that extra little bit. I'm definitely guilty of doing the extra work. I shouldn't do that. Can kind of get away with it 20, 30, but dang, not 60. Not 60. No, less is more. Less is more. All right, we got about 45 seconds left.
Okay, I just want to make one more good rep here, and I'll feel like I had another box I can check off on my way to the 20. What is it? The 29th. January 29th is my target.
Okay. Let's take a little bit more. So take your time. Get yourself really set with the prep.
Okay.
So one of my favorite mottos is last set, best set.
Okay.
Big breath.
Okay, I got my feet planted.
Nice. Right through. Sweet. Awesome work, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you to my camera person and my spotter. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
And I'm really really psyched. I feel great today. I feel like I mean, there's no question I could have gotten 300 or 305, and I'm glad I had the restraint and listened to you, and just going to be patient. But it's coming along, and so now this is, I guess this is the 18th chest workout since I started on December 1st, and
Wow.
haven't missed a set. I mean, a rep.
Hear that, everybody? Haven't missed a rep. Why? Focus, a good program, and paying attention to that good program. So more power to you, Chris. Awesome. Just awesome. Love it.
Well, thank you so much, and I will keep you posted. I'm going to, I'm going to take this link to this recording, which I really appreciate you making. I'm going to include it in my weekly newsletter, and I know people will be interested in hearing what you have to say, because it's so valuable to have the opportunity to listen to someone who really knows what they're talking about, has the credentials, has the experience, and you've actually not only have you gotten all that knowledge, but you do it yourself, and you prove it right out there with the weights. So,
well, I'm trying to catch you. So just I'm way behind right now, but I'm coming after you. I'm telling you right now.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Awesome job. Terrific, Chris. I'll send the link. All right.
Sure.
Out.